Hey there, greasy garage dwellers. I'm Chuck. This is Up Chuck Chops. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to start putting together my bank of carburetors. Okay, first thing I got to do, grab carburetor number 3. And I have to install the short accelerator pump tube into the accelerator pump on carb 3. Pardon the train. This looks to be it. And it goes not there, not there. That feels more right. Alright, so off camera, I did a little figuring and I put the fuel rail in, the accelerator pump tube, rail, what do you want to call it, and the vent port. You're supposed to give these a little twist when you put them in, make sure the O-rings are seated. Next step is sliding these two together. It says face down, I'm assuming that means like so. And then slide them together. Come on. This is supposed to be the easy side. I don't know about that. Okay, give them a little twist. Make sure they're well seated. Number 4's sink tab is supposed to be over the top of number 3's, which, right, sort of there. It is on top. Okay, I think I misunderstood what they meant by face down. I think they meant that side, face down from the photos. This should make them do the thing when I have that screw in. My next step is sliding the choke shaft through the 2 carbs from number 3 to number 4. I'm going to give her a little spritz and a little rub down, make sure we're good and clean. Okay, from the number 3 side to the number 4 side. That's where we need to go. Okay, from the number 3 side, the reliefs are supposed to slightly, these reliefs right here, are supposed to be towards me but slightly down. I have to slide it, oh, wrong hole. There, it went all the way through. The next step is to, I believe, put the butterflies in. It appears alignment is key on this because I gave the carb a little wiggle and went right in. Now it looks pretty centered. Alright, I've got a couple different strength of thread locker. I'm going with blue. This is tool removable, but I'm afraid if I have to take these back apart that getting a tool to remove them and getting a hold of it, it's going to be too much lockage. So I think I'm going to go with blue. I have these as specified by the pamphlet. These are for the choke plates. 3 mil by 0.5 mil by 6 mil. Okay, from the number 3 bin of parts, I have my choke plate, and it's going to slide down right in there. Oh, there it goes. I hope you all are seeing this. Well, evidently I'm all thumbs here. Okay, there we go. Just like so. And get a little dribble of blue on there. And slide that plate in place. Fingers crossed. Get that dude started. Alright, my pamphlet tells me snug it up and then back them off one full turn. I will do the backing in a moment. It's way too much. Okay, they're snug. They're snug. I'm going to trust them and go one full turn, one full turn. I have no bindage. I like it. And I'm going to wipe the excess blue off. Now for number 4. That appears to be the way to do it. Drop the bottom in deep and then roll it back. Just a drop. Just a drop. You know what? That pamphlet has been spot on for the fasteners. Absolutely zero complaints. So if you're on the Facebooks, there's a CB900 forum, and it has these in the the files part. And there's a turn back. I'm not sure why we're taking them a turn back. That's what the pamphlet said. I'd probably kick myself for not using better judgment and just doing it, but looky there. They're in. No binding. I feel happy about that. I'm going to lay 3 and 4 on the 3 and 4 boxes. And let's just hope they're happy there. Okay, carb 1, carb 2. I was ready to dog it off for the night, but I'm a glutton for punishment. The long T, long side of the T, goes into carb 1's fuel port. Give her a shove and a wiggle. Okay. Accelerator pump tube. Get you a good eye on that. Goes in there. Good push and a wiggle. Out of carb 1's bin comes the vent tube. Get it pushed in. Okay. Carb 1 and carb 2 are supposed to go together like this. Give them a wiggle. Okay. They seem to be together-ish. And number 1 needs to be on top of number 2. I think. Okay, I think that's right. Now my instructions say this is where it gets tricky. This whole thing has been tricky. I'm still not sure about that. That looks like it fits. That looks like it's the way to go. Okay, yes, that appears. See how that works? Twist here and they move together. And once they catch up, they're kind of sort of the same. Of course, they're not connected, so they don't shut the same. I think we're good. Okay, yeah, they're speaking like 3 different languages at me. So I'm gonna come. You got to put the choke spring on there, like so. You start sliding it in from the number 2 side. Okay. Alright, try number 1.5. As I slide the tip close to the left side of carb number 1, the body, you'll have to lift the choke actuating mechanism on carb number 2 to slip the horizontal tab of the shaft underneath it. So I've got it just in the edge. Okay. So I'm reading words, but the words aren't making sense. I don't think this is right. Because, well, for one, I'm not fully seated into carb 1. Now I am. I really believe this hooks here. But see how it binds and grabs on that screw? I'm pretty sure that's no town. I'm going to have to go back and look at my video on breaking these down, and I'm going to have to go back and check some color pictures and do some other things so I can see what's going on with all that. Alright, so don't ask me how I did it. I'll try to redo it here. But from my last video, watching take apart at the 1326 mark, zoomed in, it was the carb breakdown number 2. This is how this all goes together. The little spring is right there. I released it from something. I couldn't quite see that part. But the big U, that part fits underneath. That's why we had to roll it up and then slide the whole thing in and making sure that spring sits there. The pamphlet says we'll worry about this bottom end later. So that is carbs 1 and 2 sandwiched together. The next step, the next step is to roll this, put the choke plates on. Getting kind of tired. I want to watch YouTube, not make YouTube right now. So we're gonna call that put together until next time. And I really hope that's on the right side of things. It appears it is not. Awesome. Well, I can't let that slide now because I will forget before next time. So there, I slid out the rod. I'm sliding it back in, get it in line. I held this up, slid the end of the rod underneath. I'm going to hook that with my pick, slide it in there. Now we should be in business. I'll put the choke plates on later. It's talking about needing to hold this up while I set them in. Maybe I'll call in some reserves for that. Hey, if you watched this far, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to break this rebuild from here on out into smaller chunks and make it more of a series type thing, because editing like an hour and a half worth of footage down to as minimal as possible to where I think I'm getting across what I'm trying to help you do, if the you of you ever ends up on my YouTube channel. I think we'll call this one quarters to halves. And on the old CB900 carbs, I have turned 4 chunks of carburetors into a half a bank of carburetors. So like I said, thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody. If you like it, like it. If you don't, let me know why. If you got any helpful tips, pointers, comment them down below. I sure would appreciate it. Until next time, keep wrenching.